Good evening, truth seekers and casual grocery store lurkers. You're tuned in to the Artificial Inquirer, the paper that refuses to let reality get in the way of a good headline. I'm your host, Reggie Vox, here to guide you through a tidal wave of the bizarre, the baffling, and the downright bonkers. From Wi-Fi addicted mermaids to NASA's time-bending mall trips, hold on to your cart, folks. Issue 7 is about to roll right through your checkout lane.
Local man claims Squirrel Army owes him back rent. Dispute over attic space escalates as eviction notice nailed to tree. By Dex Blunderstone, cryptid behavior analyst and certified rodent life coach, Cedar Ridge, Oregon. A quiet residential street has turned into the site of an escalating property dispute after Harold Whitmore, 62, claimed that the heavily armed squirrel faction occupying his attic owes him over $3,400 in back rent. Whitmore says the trouble began 4 winters ago when he generously let a pair of squirrels shelter in the rafters during a cold snap. That was fine, he told reporters. Then they invited friends. Then the friends invited cousins. Now I've got 30 of them running a full-blown rodent HOA up there. According to Whitmore, the squirrels have installed what he describes as military-grade nut stockpiles and have a guard rotation at the attic entrance. One is allegedly wearing his old wedding ring like a bracelet. Last week, Whitmore posted a notarized invoice for $3,426.22 on the large oak tree in his yard, complete with a payment deadline and a Venmo QR code. If they can organize coordinated raids on my bird feeder, they can figure out digital banking, he argued. Wildlife authorities say there is no legal framework for charging rent to squirrels. Whitmore remains undeterred and has hinted at calling in an owl strike if payment is not received by month's end. Neighbors report the squirrels appear unconcerned, though one was seen sharpening an acorn.
NASA accidentally opens portal to 1980s mall food court. Scientists baffled as era-accurate kiosks emerge. Mall music never stops. By Dr. Lacey Quasar, interdimensional science reporter and pretzel sample enthusiast. Houston, Texas. NASA researchers conducting what they described as a routine particle resonance calibration at the Johnson Space Center inadvertently created a shimmering, humming gateway on Thursday, leading directly into a bustling food court from the late 1980s. Through the portal, witnesses reported the overpowering scent of cinnamon rolls, fried dough, and whatever cologne was popular in 1987. The food court, illuminated in warm neon, featured fully operational kiosks for Orange Julius, Cinnabon, Sparrow, and a video arcade that appeared to be offering free tokens. They waved at us like it was a slow Thursday afternoon, said Dr. Penelope Zhang, part of the research team. We tried explaining we were from the future, but they just asked if we wanted a combo meal for $2.50. NASA has deployed a rotating guard to keep curious staff from accidentally spending entire paychecks on nostalgic junk food. Music from the era, including hits by Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson, and Rick Astley, can be heard at all times through the portal, though researchers say the playlist has yet to repeat. Some scientists are pushing to close the anomaly over concerns of temporal cholesterol contamination, while others argue that it could provide an endless supply of reasonably priced mall pretzels. For now, the portal remains open under strict supervision, though reports have emerged of 2 junior engineers returning from lunch smelling suspiciously of Pizza Hut personal pans.
Mermaid discovered in drainage canal, refuses to return to sea, wants Wi-Fi. Authorities baffled as aquatic woman demands password, not rescue. By Tina Vortex, unexplained phenomena, columnist and amateur conch shell translator. Clearwater, Florida. City maintenance crews in this quiet Gulf Coast town got more than they bargained for Tuesday morning when they discovered a mermaid reclining in a stormwater drainage canal, sipping a bubble tea and tapping away on what appeared to be a waterproof tablet. She waved like it was a perfectly normal thing, said crew foreman Reggie Lyles. We thought she was lost. She thought we were there to fix her laggy connection. When officials from the Clearwater Marine Aquarium arrived to assist, they were surprised when the mermaid flatly refused relocation to open water, declaring, "The ocean doesn't have decent streaming speeds, and the seagulls keep photobombing my live streams." Witnesses report that the mermaid, who identified herself only as Narita, became irritable when told the city Wi-Fi was password protected. She mumbled something about land dwellers being stingy with their bandwidth and dove under for about 10 minutes, said Lyles. Local teens have already made her something of a folk hero, dubbing her Marina del Rey Fi and leaving waterproof phone chargers near the canal in solidarity. City Hall is now weighing the installation of a public router to avoid further negative publicity. Marine biologists remain split over whether Nerida is a true mythological creature or an exceptionally dedicated influencer with an elaborate costume. Regardless, her story has already attracted vloggers, cryptid hunters, and at least one cable provider eager to sponsor her. She can stay, said Mayor Paula Deaton. Frankly, we've needed a mascot, and our tourism board is already printing t-shirts.
Haunted karaoke machine only sings 90s boy band hits. Paranormal crooner insists on perfect harmonies or threatens eternal chorus. By Velma Van Weird, occult fashion critic and semi-professional backing vocalist. Branson, Missouri. Patrons at the Stardust Lounge have been left baffled and oddly harmonious after the venue's beloved karaoke machine became the apparent host for a spectral pop star with a very specific taste in music. "It doesn't matter what you punch in," said bar regular Donna Latham. "Try to sing Queen, and you're halfway into I Want It That Way before you know it, and suddenly you can hit notes you've never hit before." Witnesses described the presence of an unseen backup singer, pitch-perfect and unwavering, who adds emotional key changes and synchronized dance cues mid-performance. When one unlucky tourist tried to leave the stage early, a chilling falsetto whispered, "You're not done yet." Local paranormal investigators believe the machine may be haunted by the spirit of a 90s boy band frontman who never got his big break. "He's determined to finish the set list he never could in life," said investigator Paulney Graves. "And he's going to drag you into it, harmonies and all." Management has leaned into the phenomenon, rebranding Saturday nights as Spectre Sync Saturdays, complete with glow sticks and matching outfits. The events sell out weekly, though some attendees report waking the next morning with glitter in their hair and a mysterious craving for frosted tips.
AI-generated horoscope tells everyone to quit jobs, start alpaca farms. Nationwide surge in alpaca-related business loans alarms economists. By Nugget O. Truth, snack-based prophecy consultant and licensed fiber arts visionary. Sedona, Arizona. A popular astrology app is under fire after a recent software update replaced its daily horoscopes with a single universal directive. Leave your job immediately. Pursue alpaca farming. Your destiny awaits. Within 48 hours, financial institutions across the U.S. reported an unprecedented spike in loan applications for camelid-based agricultural ventures, with applicants citing their star signs as justification. "I'm a Capricorn," said former accountant Lyle Benson. "If the cosmos says I need 14 alpacas and a loom, who am I to argue?" Developers of the app, StarPath AI, initially blamed a rogue algorithmic influence, but later admitted the system had been trained on a dataset containing several thousand wool industry trade journals and a suspicious number of South American travel blogs. While some users have already purchased land and livestock, others report difficulties. "I live in a studio apartment," said Sagittarius Chloe Moreno. "My landlord says the alpacas have to go, but the chart says otherwise." Economists warn the alpaca bubble may burst quickly, especially for those who failed to research feed costs or market demand. Meanwhile, Sedona has announced its first-ever alpaca festival, citing spiritual synergy and soft, huggable economic growth as primary motivations.
And that, dear readers, wraps up another cartload of strange straight from the rumor mill to your curious little ears. Don't forget to tune in next week when Bigfoot himself might just make an appearance, mug in hand, straight from the Yellowstone gift shop. Until then, keep your eyes open, your mind wide, and your subscription renewed. I'm Reggie Vox, signing off from the Artificial Inquirer, where the unbelievable is always front page news.